Most people believe intelligence is the foundation of wealth, that if you think clearly enough, analyze deeply enough, and make the right decisions, financial success will follow naturally. It feels logical. Money appears to be a problem to solve, and intelligence is supposed to solve problems. But in practice, intelligence often works against long-term wealth. Highly intelligent people tend to overthink. They search for the optimal decision. They delay action while waiting for certainty. They analyze risks repeatedly, believing that one more insight will finally make everything align. Instead of moving forward, they remain mentally active, but practically still. Discipline operates very differently. Discipline does not rely on insight. It does not depend on creativity. It does not even require confidence. It requires consistency. The ability to repeat simple actions even when motivation is absent, even when progress feels invisible, even when the reward feels distant. Wealth is rarely built through perfect decisions. It is built through repeated, ordinary, almost boring behaviors executed patiently over long periods of time. Consider two individuals. One is highly intelligent, but inconsistent. They act when inspired, pause when uncertain, and frequently revise their strategy in response to new information. The other is average, but disciplined. They save on schedule. They invest methodically. They follow routines rather than impulses. They continue even when nothing feels urgent. Over time, the disciplined individual compounds progress, not through brilliance, but through participation. Small actions repeated daily create momentum. And momentum, not intelligence, is what quietly drives outcomes. Intelligence often introduces complexity. Discipline removes it. It eliminates decision fatigue. It reduces emotional interference. It replaces constant evaluation with reliable systems. Discipline also protects you from your own emotions. Most financial mistakes are not caused by a lack of knowledge. They are caused by impatience, fear, and short-term thinking. Discipline creates distance between emotion and action. It allows decisions to be made calmly, even when markets are noisy, even when opinions are loud, even when urgency feels justified. This emotional insulation is what allows disciplined people to remain consistent while others constantly react. Over time, this restraint compounds quietly, not because the decisions are smarter, but because they are repeated without interruption. This is why many intelligent people struggle financially. They rely on insight instead of structure. They believe understanding is enough, but understanding without execution produces nothing. Discipline builds structure. It turns saving into a habit, investing into a process, learning into a routine rather than a reaction. It removes reliance on motivation and replaces it with systems that function regardless of mood. Over years, this structure becomes invisible strength. Not dramatic, not exciting, but extremely effective. Discipline often feels restrictive at first. Intelligence feels freeing, but freedom earned through discipline lasts far longer. In the long term, intelligence may help you start, but discipline determines whether you finish. Wealth, like progress, is rarely the result of talent alone. It is the result of systems maintained quietly over time. And those systems are built through discipline. And this is why discipline is often misunderstood. It is not about restriction for its own sake. It is about reducing the number of decisions you need to make each day. When actions become automatic, progress becomes inevitable. You no longer rely on motivation. You no longer wait for clarity. You simply continue. This is how wealth is built quietly, not through intensity, but through endurance. Not through constant improvement, but through consistency. Over time, discipline removes friction. It makes progress feel ordinary, predictable, almost unremarkable. And that is precisely why it works. Because what feels unremarkable in the moment becomes powerful when sustained over years. Pause here. Let that sit for a moment.